Okay. So, now, we have to start on time today. One or two announcements. First, on Thursday, I will conduct a review session starting at probably about 3:45. If we're lucky, it'll be in this room. If we're unlucky, we'll be in 475 Barrows. I can't figure out whether anybody will be in this room or not. Nobody seems to come after this class. But anyway, I will let you know on Thursday. Perhaps I'll even send you an email when I find out. Okay, and the review session will involve you asking me questions about Durkheim. Okay, I'm not there to sort of give you any answers to exams. I just want you to ask me questions. Okay, any questions about that? Okay, Lauren. Got it. Okay. Where's Sienna? There you are reading the newspaper. No one, I couldn't see you. Tell us what's up there, please.
1, summary. 2, transition from mechanical solidarity to organic solidarity.
We should have done that last time, but we are doing it this time. That's okay.
3, normal and abnormal labor.
Then it gets exciting.
4, anonymous labor.
More exciting.
5, forcible labor.
Super exciting.
6, continuous labor.
Slightly boring. And I don't know where we'll get. I really want to get to the endonomic division of labour today. And hopefully we might even get further. But if we don't, please read the book 3, chapter 2 on the fourth division of labour. You should really read that chapter very carefully. It's a very important chapter. It is a key chapter. But also the conclusion to the entire book. And that's the entire readings that we will be doing on Durkheim. It's all over. Bar the midterm. Right. Any questions? Going, gone. Okay, next. Yes, living theory. Oh, we're all living theory. Okay, the living theory blog is up and going, as you know. There is a living theory blog committee, which some of you may be joining. Where is our friend Aaron? There you are. There's Aaron, and where's Waffle? There you are. Yes, so, anyway, it's up to you. Isn't that right? No, it's up to the collective to participate in this, and I think it will be worth your while. I mean, obviously, you know, there's a collective interest in all this, but to do that, you have to take an initiative. We have about 5 or 6 comments up there. They'll all be interesting, and they'll be all relevant to the midterm, give you all sorts of ideas. But everybody has to participate, I guess. Well, not everybody, but, you know. But anyway, the Living Theory blog committee will orchestrate things. Isn't that right? Aaron, do you want to say any more? Fine. Okie dokie. Have I got to say anything more about anything? Finals due Tuesday? Finals, midterm, exams. Yeah, no, I adore you. I wouldn't want to get rid of you. Only my subconscious wants to get rid of you. And I know nothing about my subconscious. Okay. Ooh, this is terrible. Okay. All right. Let's see. Right, summary. Okay, I'm just going to draw you this. I think there are going to be three dimensions of this transition from mechanical solidarity to organic solidarity. 2 are going to be part of the summary. So, let me draw the first picture. Mechanical solidarity. You remember what mechanical solidarity looked like? It looked like this. Everybody looks the same, does the same, behaves the same, acts the same, and moves the same. There is no individuality in the extreme. There has never been such a society, but this is the model, the ideal type that Durkheim begins with. So what is organic solidarity? Well, organic solidarity is society with a big brain, called the state, but underpinned by division of labour, these organs in society. So we have specialization of organs, specialization of parts of society, of organs in society. And second, we have specialization of individuals. We'll see that these 2 moments, these 2 dimensions, go through Durkheim's work. The specialization of organs and the specialization of individuals. Sometimes there's a tension even between these 2 dimensions. So that's the vision. That's the vision of society. And the question is, well, under here, we have a very strong, and this is dimension 1, this is dimension 2, very what? Strong what? CC, collective consciousness. CC is, in a sense, very much greater than individual consciousness. Now, what happens to the collective consciousness under organic solidarity? This is the interesting question. And we talked about it last time, pages, 118 to 123. Fascinating pages, but this is how I see it. That there will continue to be a collective consciousness. But it will be weaker, less precise, and more abstract. So the collective consciousness becomes weaker, less precise, and more abstract as one goes from mechanical to organic solidarity. And that is the collective consciousness. But there will also be a whole series of what Durkheim calls sometimes occupational moralities. Each occupation, doctors, workers, janitors, will have their own collective consciousness. So what we might call localized collective consciousnesses. Even an institution like the university or even a classroom, we have some sort of collective consciousness. So the multiplicity of localized collective consciousnesses that will all share something that is general to all, and that is, well, what is general to all? What is the characteristic of this common consciousness of society as a whole? And that is, well, Durkheim says it's weaker, it's relatively weak, it's precise, it's more abstract, and its content changes. So we have in the collective consciousness the idea of the cult of the individual, the idea of worshipping the individual, the cult of the individual. You can't see this, can you? Okay, well, you can't even read it. Yeah, cult of individual, believe me, that's what it says. Cult of individual, the idea of social justice, we'll explore that more when we get to the fourth division of labour, and third, the morality of cooperation. People believe in cooperating, they believe in some notion of social justice. We'll see what exactly that means. And also there is the worship of the individual that characterizes the collective consciousness that underpins organic solidarity. Murmur. Christy.
What does that third one say?
The third says, morality of cooperation. The belief in cooperation, the belief in the importance of cooperation, that we are cooperating human beings. No, you don't believe we're a cooperating human. Well, who are you? Julia. Cooperating human beings. Well, anyway, that is the idea that there is a common consciousness that we share in modern society, characterized by division of labor and organic solidarity. It is the common consciousness in which we are all committed to this morality of cooperation, and that we believe in the importance of the individual, human rights, individual dignity, and we also have this idea of social justice. And we'll see what that social justice means when we get to book 3. That is the picture. Here's something in the middle that everything shares, and then there are all these localized consciousnesses that are specific to different groups, different institutions. Yes, Matthew? We will get to that in a minute. Any more questions? You look very worried, young man. No? Thinking. Oh, well, that's always a worrying thing to do. That's good. Who are you? Dan. Okay. Dan the thinker. Okay, that's good. Very good. Okay. Any questions? That's okay. Is that this sort of clear? Going, but gone. Okay. Terrific. So the first dimension is this picture. The second dimension is this about the collective consciousness and how that changes over time. The third picture, Claudette. Sorry? Yeah, explain the flower. The flower. This is what in the United States of America we all share, the collective consciousness of the country. And that includes the cult of the individual, the worship of the individual, the importance of the individual, human dignity, individual rights. It includes our commitment to notions of social justice, and it also includes, for Durkheim, the idea of our common commitment to the importance of cooperating with one another. Okay? So far, so good. It's what we all share. However, because we are living in a society which has differentiated organs, it has the state, the family, the economy, the church. There are all these different organs or institutions. They themselves have a sort of common consciousness or a localized consciousness of their own. And so do all groups, occupational groups, which are very important for Durkheim. They also have their sort of localized consciousnesses. Is that better? Oh, that's good. Does that remind you of anybody? Bridget?
I have a question.
Yeah.
The flower petal, is that our classroom or is that the family?
This could be the classroom, could be, but this could be the university, and inside it we've got some other. And yes, it could be the family. It's all these institutions, yeah. There's something we all share, and there's something that is characteristic of all institutions, all groups. Jason, number 2.
But the bigger collective consciousness is run by the state?
Run by the state. Not run by the state, but the state in a sense expresses and symbolizes that common consciousness. So there must be organs in the state that in a sense express and symbolize it. Indeed. That's right. So there is now this But don't forget, this common consciousness here that is shared by all is weaker, less precise, and more abstract. It's a very abstract, we in this country have a very abstract notion of the values that we all share. Very abstract, very vague. Whereas in a small-scale society, it's very clear. So when you violate the common consciousness, it's always very clear, and you publicly punish people to reinforce that common consciousness. In our society, what we all share is much vaguer and much more abstract. Any more questions? This is good. This is good. Yes, Lars. Anders. Cheapest. Norwegians are all the same. Durkheim, they're like, it's like, Durkheim was, this idea of everybody being the same, looking the same, it's sort of, when you go from outside and go into a different community, everybody does look the same. Norwegians, look at them sitting there, three together, they're all interchangeable. It's mechanical solidarity, that bond, you can feel it. Anders.
My question is, even though the collective consciousness is less encompassing in a way, organic solidarity, might not the values be just as strong and as determinate?
Well, Durkheim is claiming that they are much weaker. That the values that bind us together in a mechanical society based on mechanicals are much stronger, more precise than those where the division of labour's advanced organic solidarity exists. There it's much more vaguer, so the values are not strong. Yes?
Even though they're vague, doesn't mean they're strong.
That's true. He says they're both vaguer and weaker. He says. I've forgotten the page, but I can give you... You believe me. It's there.
The culture of the individual is a very strong value.
Yeah. It is in this country. Indeed, in many countries. In Norway, you have a much greater sense of... it's interesting. What you could do with an empirical study would be to just take Durkheim seriously and look at the ways in which these three elements combine differently for different countries. In Norway, you believe in social justice. In this country, we believe in the dignity and rights of the individual. So it has a different combination. Yeah. Funny people, Norwegians. Yes.
I was wondering if Durkheim says that the collective consciousness and organic solidarity is weaker and vaguer, but doesn't he also say that nothing binds society more tighter together than the division of labor? Not contradictory.
No. Very good. The division of labor up here, specialization of parts, specialization of individuals, is really the heart of the organic division of labor, organic solidarity. That complementary differences. But that will only produce solidarity under certain conditions. And one of the conditions is this. So they two go together. So yes, the ultimate binder of society with an advanced division of labour is the interdependence among the parts. But that interdependence amongst the parts will only lead to solidarity if you have also these common consciousnesses. So yes, the heart of the story of organic solidarity is the interdependence among the parts and between individuals. Yeah? Am I being clear?
I think so.
You think so? Well, that's good enough. Things get vague here. Yeah, so basically they work together. This becomes... So basically what Durkheim is saying to Spencer, look, you think there's nothing down here at all. There's no common consciousness, collectively or in groups. You think it's just a matter of interdependence. And Durkheim says, no, it's more than just interdependence. There is still some common values necessary for even engaging in a contractual relationship, even between management and worker. There is something that we share. You cannot have just the interdependence. You have to have the values underneath it that allow the division of labour to continue. The trust and the common assumptions. This class is based on a whole set of... There's a division of labour. I teach you... You what's it? Think. Yes, I teach you think. So there's an interdependence between the two of us. But this really only works if we follow certain common assumptions, if we trust one another. You believe most of what I say, and, and you're sort of committed to the idea of reading Durkheim from time to time, and you sort of have trust, you listen to me. You sort of, suspend judgment sometimes, and perhaps more and more as the semester goes on, but for the most part you sort of accept, and we have a little understanding. There's lots of understanding. You come here on time, you leave on time, you sit there silently for the most part, don't interrupt me. A whole set of assumptions that underneath it, that Spencer didn't understand, didn't theorize. Yeah? Okay, I'm moving on. Question? Kristen.
Even though the collective consciousness is still important, it's still a major factor, it's kind of moved to the river to speak.
Yes.
The division of labor is really kind of the more, it's in a way sort of transitioned to a point where the division of labor has taken over the place, the role, I guess.
Right. Basically, the division of labor has taken over the basis of solidarity. That is the foundation. And underneath it, to make it work, you need this weak collective consciousness. That is the claim. But the real story is, of course, in the division of labor and the complementary differences that he talks about. Yes. Yes. Annie.
Well, if that understanding is there, why does Durkheim think the state is necessary? It seems like he's saying that solidarity comes from three places. Maybe it's the division of labor, the underlying understanding. Why does the state so necessary?
The state, well, we said this last time, because of course the state is crucial for what? It's crucial to organize, regulate the relations among the parts. And particularly to enforce justice. So the relation between management and worker is regulated by the state. The relationship even between husband and wife is increasingly regulated by the state. Relations between teacher and student are regulated by the state. There are laws everywhere, so the state gets involved in the regulation of the relations among the parts. That's why the state is important. The state also is a symbol of that weak, imprecise common consciousness. So that's the second function the state performs. Yeah. Hannah.
So separate entity from the collective consciousness, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm having trouble understanding how the collective consciousness and the individual coexist in organic solidarity. I understand the collective consciousness is a term. Why do they need to coexist?